Okay. I think that maybe we're streaming. Hey, that's a thing. Alright. Let me find my chat and then post this on all the places. The beginning of streams are always really funny because it's just like a person on a computer having no idea what they're doing. How do I get to the chat? I'm lost and I can't find the chat. Where's the stream? Oh, here we go. Oh, goodness. Chat already. Hello. Music is loud. I can turn that down. If I can find OBS, there we go. Alright, hopefully music is a little better now. I can turn it down a little bit more if need, but it's probably fine. Okay. I think we got this. I think we got this now. So, HIRicane, you get to see me be bad at soldering. Isn't that exciting? I did all the dremeling yesterday, so you wouldn't have to hear brrrr the whole time because that would be the worst. Went ahead and filled in the space for the switch this morning. So I just have to put the switch in, and then wires everywhere. Also, where'd the rest of the HIRicane go? Down here. Oh, goodness gracious. Alright, so I have all my bits. And then I got this bit elsewhere. Alright. Music can go down a tad more. Okie dokie. Will do. How's that? Hopefully better. We'll see. Alright. Okay. So this didn't feel daunting earlier, but it does now. So while my soldering iron is heating up, I think I'll probably go ahead and glue my switch where it belongs. So it needs to go just like that. Ooh, that was a lot of glue. Spread that out a little. Hopefully this works well. Now that I'm thinking about it, I have actually never glued a switch in place. Michelle has always done that. We do a lot of strife builds, and Michelle does all of the body stuff and the switch. And then I just do the flywheel cage because that's the part that I know how to do. I drink delicious Sam's Cola. Mmm. Alright, so that hopefully is good. Alright, step one, done. Soldering iron's probably hot now. It is indeed. Do I have needle nose around? I have terrible ones. That's okay. I need to desolder this garbage now. One side. Come on. Come on, little buddy. Yeah, this might be easier if I screwed the flywood cage down. Or I could just do what I'm doing. Solder soccer would probably be easier, but I am difficult sometimes. Where the heck did the screw? There they are. Right, so I'm screwing the cage back in just to make it easier to rip this stuff out. So it definitely holds it down to the table. Ow, it's still really hot right there. See, if I had any, you know, dexterity in my hands, this wouldn't be this difficult. Hello, new people. Welcome to the stream. We're building a HIRicane. So do you guys pronounce it HIRicane or HURricane? Because I keep going back and forth. Is that Echo Michelle watching? There shouldn't be an echo. I do hear Michelle watching in the other room, so maybe she should turn it down just a teeny tiny bit. What am I doing? Grabbing the soldering iron. Oh, that is off already. It's just... Oh, I forgot about the weird garbage on the side. Snip. Snip. Yeah, the Zeus is definitely shoulderable. It's pretty comfortable, actually. I just absolutely despise the magwell. It's really difficult to get in there, so I've never used it in a war, and I've never wanted to use it in a war, and I still will not, probably. But HIRicane, I'll use that. I'll definitely use that. Hi, Eli. Come on, heat up. Why are you being this way? Why do you hate me? This tip is a little old, so that might be part of it. Oh, here we go. Excellent. Ow. Pro tip, don't touch things that you just put a hot soldering iron on, because turns out it's really hot. The more, ow, the more you know. This weird jelly glue stuff, go away. Alright, now that I took that off, I'm gonna unscrew this again because I'm gonna need to get up in here, and that's gonna be a pain in the butt. Hello, people hopping in. Red Roy, when you say a pain to deal with on the field, do you mean like doing repairs or being like playing against them, or what do you mean? This will be a new experience for me. Okay. So I have my crude drawing, which can't see very well here. Maybe this way. Yeah, so I have this drawing of where things are supposed to go. So that'll help me, hopefully. Yeah, I need to get a proton pack. Like, oh, the proton pack in the Jupiter is just gonna be ridiculous. I'm just gonna spray. I'm gonna spray everywhere, and it'll be amazing. Okay, so first, let's figure out what I'm doing. Wire. We got this from Luke, the HIRicane kit from Luke when we visited Washington. When was that? Several months ago. Yeah, and only just getting around to putting it together. The tutorial video was a little daunting, a little long. Alright. So let's go. What do I want to do first? These are the hard questions. I think I'll do red first. We'll get the red on the motors. How do I want to do this, actually? I should have thought this through more before, just like, hey, let's live stream it. It'll be fine. Everything will go perfectly according to plan. This is going to go somewhat like that. I'll give it a couple more, a little bit more length, and continue to misplace my tools all the time. So I'm actually going to cut off this thing that I just stripped because I forgot that these strippers are awesome. And I can like push a lot of it down and I can have some wire in the middle. Alright. Boom. And boom. Like HIRicane came through it. Yeah, we just organized a lot of our workspace out in the garage, and it is so much nicer now. Like, the difference is just incredible. Got a couple new workbenches in there, and can spread all out. It's excellent. Here's my solder. The difference is just incredible. Got a couple new workbenches in there, and can spread all out. It's excellent. Yeah, I really like, so these were like super cheap from China, just crazy cheap. And then we also have like actually good wire strippers, and they're just such a pain to work with. Do not like them. How's the foldable table holding up? We've had this table. Has to have been a year. At least a year we've had this table. And it's a trooper. It puts up with a lot of crap from us. Ooh, smoky. And I should probably get the old solder. I've got a solder sucker here. I should get the old solder off of this. Solder suckers are awesome. Am I going to do a custom paint job? No, I'm really bad at painting. Like, I have a couple ideas for painting projects that I'd like to do, but they're pretty low priority if I'm being honest. I really want to I really want to paint my Twin Shock rainbow just because it's so big. No, I didn't prime my solder sucker. Just because it's so big, I think it would look awesome as a giant rainbow. I did not get a proton pack yet. I really, really want one. Oh, it's not a dispenser. It sucks it back up, so you prime it like that and then heat it up and then it just takes it all away. Where did the actual solder go? Here it is. I just wanted to re-tin it with the same solder that I'm using because I think that whatever was on here stock is like a higher temp one or something. So it was really difficult. It was really difficult to get these boards off of it, so I'm hoping this helps me. Oops. I feel like that's a weird amount of smoke. Got audio coming back in. I don't understand how that's possible because I don't have audio playing. Unless, is this? Maybe that'll help. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that helps. Okay, so I do have it open. I just muted it, but I don't hear any actual stream sound coming through.
Oh, I know how it's coming through. Yeah.
Oh, desktop. Okay. Everything makes sense again, and it should be fixed now because I muted it.
You can just pop out the chat and close the stream window.
I could, or I could be difficult. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, do we plan on doing rival motors? I would love to have rival motors. It's just manufacturing rival motors is a pain. Alright. I always give my wires a lot of extra slack just because there's going to be a ton of vibration going on in here. What the heck? Why won't you just do what I'm asking you to do? Oh, because I somehow managed to miss tinning this. That'll do it. Come on. There we go. Alright. And then this goes to the positive, or one of these in this motor. I'll have to check that later. So that's going to come out like whee, right here. Okay, so then that's actually this is not 16, that's 18. We want 16. Come here. Michelle, since you're listening, do you know if the the multimeter is still in here, or if it's in the garage? I don't see it. I could just be blind. So I want to make sure that I get this on-off switch wired up properly. Wiring with parts in the blaster or with parts outside, it's really just whatever's more comfortable to you. I like wiring in the blaster, especially like flywheel cages, because they have their posts that they sit on and it stays somewhat sturdy and you don't need something else holding it down. But I mean, I have a giant bin full of flywheels that I've soldered outside of the cages, and it's just sort of a balancing act of like I'm pushing with the thing and I'm holding it in place. It's kind of a pain sometimes, but just whatever's more comfortable. I want to check if the switch is on or off in the state that yeah, I've actually never used one of these. So it should be on in this position. Is it working?
Yeah.
Excellent. Perfect. Yeah, third hand's, well, Mr. Handy, I have a love and hate relationship with Mr. Handy. He doesn't have a very heavy base, so he likes to float all over wherever he darn well pleases, and he can be a bit frustrating because of that. But it is helpful not to have to touch hot things with your actual fingers. Because I like keeping my fingers, you know, functional. Alright, so that tinned, I should tin my switch and not tangle things up in a hot soldering iron. Ideally. It's those two, right? Yeah. I actually don't do electronic mods very much. I mostly just make the flywheel cages. So this is an interesting new experience for me. Try to see. Oh yeah, hot glue and me. Oh man, we don't get along. Something just like draws my fingers to it. Put hot glue down, I just want to instantly touch it. And turns out that hurts a little bit. Alright, I should probably start using heat shrink for when I'm making connections for real. I think it's nice that Luke, in his, when Luke handed me all the stuff for the HIRicane, he went ahead and gave me like all the heat shrink and stuff too. He knows I already have that, but I appreciate it. It's nice. Will that even fit over this? Yeah, it will. Interesting. Okay, so we want... Where do I want to go first? I could just route it now and decide later. Alright, so it goes through that, and then through here. I swear I drilled a hole. Where'd it go? There we go. I did drill a hole. I'm not going crazy. I can't get it through the hole. Should have done it in the opposite direction. This is fine. Everything is fine. Alright, it doesn't need to be quite that long. Chill out, Adrianna. Alright, so I'm going to be looping 2 pieces of wire up through here. One is going to be going around up to this switch, so probably we'll leave that much length. I'll have to check that again in a moment. And around. Okay, so I used a larger switch than in Luke's tutorial, so I actually need to cut out this post. It's in my way. Luckily, flush cutters are awesome, and this won't be difficult, and I don't even need to go outside and do the Dremel. Oh, a little piece fell in. Come back, little piece, don't be in there. Where's the needle nose? There we go. Yeah, it is new and weird for me. It's a whole new world using flywheels. But I mean, if I'm gonna use it, might as well like full auto, high capacity, destroy your enemies type flywheel. I feel like I did run the Jupiter in an Ultra Stock War, and it was surprising that it worked well, just because I was already tired, because we did the 5v5 the day before, and then, I'll be like there-ish. We did a 5v5 the day before, and all the way down. What am I saying? We did a 5v5 the day before, and then I went to an Ultra Stock War, and I ran the Jupiter, and it shouldn't have worked as well as it did. It took a whole mag to tag anybody, but it was really, really fun. It was a good time. Alright, so that's going to go to the bottom of that switch. Should I cut that out too? Probably, just to give myself more room for the wires to go. It would go so much better with a proton pack, like 100% better. But I did pretty okay for running a 90 FPS blaster at a 200 plus war. Oh no, my switch came off. That's sad. Well, at least it makes it easier to do this part. You come out. There's no room for you and wires. So I haven't seen the proton pack that Luke is working on, but I really hope it would be really cool if it was still compatible with the HIRicane, like if I could stick it in here, because this is a really comfortable blaster. Wait, it wouldn't be with the HIRicane, it would just be with the... Never mind. Maybe not. Maybe that's a bad idea. Alright. I'm sad I have to reglue my switch. But I suppose it's better to do it now at the workbench than after I've already buttoned it up. Just hold that tight. Alright, let's hope that stays. Alright, so that's one of the black wires. Do I have enough to go? Where is it going to go? To the XT60 connector. Maybe I don't have that much. I don't know. We're gonna route it the other way this time because it was hard to find. Clearly I should have drilled this hole just a tiny bit bigger as well. I have to really shove that in there. Can I see it yet? Oh, looks like it got a little turned around in there. Come here, you. Oh, goodness gracious. Calm down. I should probably put this cap on the super glue. And pick things up before I lose them. Oh gosh, that got real turned around in there and a bit torn up. Okay. We'll figure it out. Everything's fine. Oh, Michelle's talking about her local club. Yeah, we're not allowed to play because we're not students at the college. It's really sad. So we're still trying to start our own club, trying to get all of the official stuff taken care of, talking to the Parks Department, getting insurance, that sort of thing. Because we really just want to play. Like, we shouldn't have to drive like 300 miles there. It's like 4 hours. Which I still would want to do because I love all the people out there. There are so many great people that I'm incredibly happy that I was able to meet. But golly, is it a drive. It'd be nice for it to not be the only way. What is PDX? What area is that? Don't think I've heard that abbreviation before. Oh, Portland. Yeah, we popped up to the war in Chalice a couple months ago. We try to go up like once a year. Fun people. Good times. I had a 1v1 with Brett. That was really fun. I was handed an FDL that I've never held one before. Like, I had to ask how to turn it on. Never held an FDL before. And the rule was I wasn't allowed to run. I had to just stand in my spot, maybe walk a little. And Brett was handed a jolt. We did 3 little rounds of that, and he got me once. Because he's fast and small. And a really good player. And I didn't know what I was doing. Me and Beret are probably about the same size, actually. Haven't thought about it too much. I think we're about the same size. I don't like how the cord in this thing like always twists around. It's probably mostly my fault. I probably am doing the twisting. I'm just gonna blame it. Melt. Fuse together. Become one. Excellent. Just gonna a little bit of heat shrink on that while that's still hot. It doesn't need to be quite that long of heat shrink. Come on. That should shrink itself up nicely later. The FDL is a really cool blaster. I think they're really neat. But it's not my play style, I guess. Not the spray and pray type. I say as I'm building a HIRicane. I'm gonna have to use my Mr. Handy for this part because it's gonna be a pain in the butt. It's gonna be too hot to hold. Oh, I should put heat shrink on first because that's what a smart person would do. And I want to live up to the smart person that I think I am in my head. I have not seen an auto pusher kit for the Raven. That sounds really neat though. Any moment now, I will learn how to get this to stay in place. There we go. Alright, are we becoming one? No, I think I need a little bit more solder on that one. There we go. Now I saw it flow together. Perfect. Excellent. Everything is going according to plan for now. And then I can't get the heat shrink up on top because I just can't. Whatever, I'll e-tape that later if it decides to be a problem. Alright, cool. So let me double check if that gets in the way of the trigger. Hopefully not. Oh, it does. So I need to cut another channel right there. So if I could just... Excuse me, flywheel cage. I thought that I did all the dremeling last night. Turns out there were still some changes that needed to be made. Now, yes, that slides wonderfully now. Oh, stay in place while I get you down. Alright, so that is everything that goes underneath it, so I can screw that down, get a little more stability. Have we tried the containment cages? Yes, Michelle loves containment cages. They are her preferred cage. It's just that it's more expensive than printing our own, so they're not used every time, but they're used when a build's actually important to her. How do we feel about the worker 42mm cage? I mean, it's probably fine. I mean, should get about the same results as the OFP one, maybe slightly more because of just better rigidity. ABS takes heat a little bit better, so like if you forget it in your car a couple times, it would be more likely to be okay. Also, if you We have stalled out, I think they were original fangs. We stalled out something in a PLA cage and just like completely ruined the cage with the with the warping. So it would be less susceptible to that as well. So there is a plus to using ABS cages, but for the most part I don't think it actually matters that much. And we haven't used a Kelly cage yet. I don't know why. Can't tell you why. No idea. Probably just because we already have the files for the OFP ones on our computer. The Raven is a really cool platform. I love the look of it. It's a shame that the flywheels are like right in your ear. Go deaf, playing with a Raven. Alright, what am I doing now? So I have those going up and around. What do I want to attach next? Let's do... this is going to go under. Alright, so this is actually going to go to the fan. I need another positive coming off of it to go down to where the XT60 connector is going to be. And then I need this is going to split probably here. Where should I split this? I guess I should split it here. And it's going to go to the flywheel kill switch and the fan. And this goes all the way down to the XT60. Okay. So I shouldn't have tend that yet because I'm about to... Now, since I already attended it, I'm going to do this the difficult way. Made more difficult by the fact that it's inside of a blaster at the moment. Oh, I can take it out of this thing. That would help. Just make sure I'm not going to do it right there. I want to do it a little bit after. So this is how I used to make splits before I realized that I could just use that awesome stripper. But I already tend the end of this wire and I don't want to deal with that, so we're going to do it this way again. Ta-da! Only that takes me longer. Red. Let's turn this. Oh, I have to turn this wire too. Duh. Do you think Valkyries can work in 42 with Bulldogs? They can work in 42s for a while, but if they get hot, they may not be able to push more after that. Really, it's safest just to stick with 43. Do I have any red heat shrink in front of me? A little bit. It's okay. A little bit is enough. put it all the way down past that. And even like, whatever, that's fine. I figure the best way to hold my soldering iron without it catching on everything that exists on the desk. Come on. It's technically together, but it's not very good. Alright, let go, Mr. Handy. I can do it better with my hands, I think. Put that back before I poke myself in the eye. That's a poor joint. We're gonna undo that really quick. Alright, so now, Mr. Handy, you are gonna hold this taut, please. I know it's hard for you because you're not heavy enough to do anything. Stay. So like the soldering iron works best when I can hit both wires at the same time with it, so it sort of like makes everything flow together. It's not wanting to do that. Well, working a little better, slightly. Hold that taut, Mr. Handy, please. If anybody's in the market for a third hand tool, don't get the one that we have. It's awful. There we go. That's actually together. Finally. Shrink up and over that, please. There we go. I'll actually come at that with a lighter later. Oh, Milan was here. Hello and goodbye. I'm sorry I missed you. Alright, and that is going to go all the way down. You can let go now, Mr. Handy. You're done. Oh, did I not make this hole big enough either? Of course I didn't. Because now it's a difficult thing to change. Oh, I made 2 holes. Good for me. Actually, this one needs to split also and go one to this switch and one to the fan. How do I want to go about that? I think I'm going to pull this back out and I'm going to find a file I'm gonna widen that hole. It's gonna be a pain. Is the Chimera the bullpup Caliburn? That's what it is. Didn't like it very much. Saw one in person. Very, very long. Just generally uncomfortable. But everyone's allowed to like what they like, so it's fine. Alright, so that does fit in there now. Awesome. So, I get to split this now. And because I didn't already do the end, I'm just going to use this thingy. Boop. What makes my hands better? Is it because these are hands that only barely grasp what they're trying to do? Maybe it feels more relatable because turns out modding is hard. Actually, I don't think this was a large enough section. Can I pull it out at all? No. Oh. That is my shipping alarm. If it was not a postal holiday, I would be heading to the post office right now or printing labels. So sorry for anyone who has a outstanding order at the moment. I don't make the holidays. Tomorrow though, tomorrow's gonna be a really busy day in here. Oh, that makes sense. Smaller hands. That does make sense. Alright, so heat shrink first, which I put here. And then, do I have more wire? Is this 16? It is. Excellent. Oh, Michelle wouldn't want me to use this. So I have these two wires sitting here as templates for when I need to cut a bunch of wires to do a whole bunch of plywood cages in a short amount of time. So I guess I won't use that. Just gonna see if I can, if this cord is long enough for me to scoot over here. It is. Excellent. Have we tried the Kelly motor boards? We have, and we like them. They're good. And we need to order more. Michelle, order more. We are not sisters. We're actually going to get married next year. Quick recycling tip. Empty 3D printed spools, 3D printer filament spools work great for holding bulk wire. It's excellent. Alright, so this is going to, that goes there. This is going to go like that, so about that length. Nugget, I've heard you talk about your tornado bow, but I don't think that I've actually seen any photos of it. But I love the tornado, so I would very much like to see what you've done. Where'd the thing go? I think that the tornado is one of the most comfortable stocks. It's ridiculous. Alright. Don't let me down this time, Mr. Handy. Don't let me down. How many flywheels do you get on one of those rolls? Ooh. You mean of the wire or the filament? Because it's like several hundred meters of wire. I need to go in this direction. That is actually okay. Sweet. That went a lot faster than the other one. Let's get the whole family in the heat shrink, please. Perfect. Alright, so how did I have this working? Go on. I drilled my holes a little small, so it didn't really want to go. Oh, I should have done this loop a different way. It would have been better. Oh well. Is that actually touching the flywheel? It is. Don't do that. So talking about not having a chrono, I think that for regular full-length darts, it seems like the chrono barrel is fairly accurate. Definitely not for half lengths, not at all for half lengths, but we don't have one ourselves yet. But it seems from what I've seen, like people chronoing stock blasters and stuff on it, they seem like they should be getting around what they are. Have to do some of our own testing, of course, but soon. So I think I'm gonna do the black side of the flywheel and that switch next. So I'll give it about that much. Oh. So I know that these basically do the same thing, but I vastly prefer these for wire and then this for shell cutting. I don't understand. They're the same tool. They should feel the same to me, but they don't. Maybe I'm just weird. I don't know. And boop. Why can't you have just... There we go. Wanted a little bit more on the middle one. It was very short. Tin all this. Hope that's not too good for your home. So what I want the takeaway to be from these live streams is that I don't really know what I'm doing, and so if I can do it, anyone can. It's like it seems really hard, and then boom, it's happened. How? I don't understand. Oh my goodness, soldering iron. So loopy. So loopy. I guess in practice, none of this stuff is that difficult. It's just remembering the list of things to look out for, like aw, thanks, Anon. Anon. I'm really happy that we can actually participate in the community and not just like, ow. We're not running the store so that we can take your money. We're running the store because we want to help make the community better and find things that need to be made. Make them, like the drum springs and like the new shell 2.0s. Oh my goodness, why? Okay, I take back everything I said about it just happens sometimes, because clearly sometimes it doesn't happen. Come on. Yeah, butt bag. There we go. There we go. Now you're friends. Hi. Hello, VinterCon. We're glad that you like having us there because we really like playing there. Little sad we can't do it more often, but we do when we can. It's a really good time. You're a good bunch of people. Alright, so now I need to figure out which way this fan spins. So I got my test pack. Where are my alligator clips? Right behind my computer? Yes. It's not a long trip, right? It's only a 10-hour drive. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's nothing. Alright, so that is negative. Let's not let these touch. That's positive. Let's see which way this fan's spinning. Alright, so that... It just occurred to me I don't know which way... Don't know which way it's supposed to spin. Let me pull this out. Alright, so it's gonna sit on like that. This goes in here. Okay, so I want the air blowing towards the motor. Oh, you wired an XT60 to it. Dude, that is so much safer than this. That is an amazing idea. That's a much better idea than what I'm doing. Like, what I'm doing is still safer than testing on a LiPo, but... Alright, so I want the positive on the red dot. Then the air blows out of the motor. Oh, I do love meat with meat and meat on the side. That is like, that's my favorite meal. We're gonna make chili tonight for dinner. I am so excited. I just realized that I messed up this camera because I needed to look behind the computer earlier. How did I do that? Okay, whatever, that's fine. So someone was asking about performance numbers for the different setups for things we sell in the store. When we do a review of a thing, there's usually a link in the description for our testing spreadsheet for that thing. If it's not on that, message us and we'll let you know. So it should be on that. Alright, so I don't want to wire this in just yet, but it's good to know that it's a thing. Hopefully this reaches. I would really like to, I think there's a lot of nerfers in Texas, and it's really interesting how different all the clubs are across the country. Like, oh wait, I want heat shrink on that. What was I saying? It's really interesting how differently different areas play, and I want to see them all. So Texas is on the list. There's a big group in Utah that's on the list. We still haven't made it up to like the New England area. We've been to SENC, we've been Pacific Northwest, we've been to Ohio. And it's really cool how every area is a little bit different. And like, I still think the Bay Area is my favorite, which, you know, that's good since that's where I play. Nobody up in New York? That's where Containment Crew is, isn't it? Like they do. Like they make it sound like the scene there is pretty big. If we weren't already doing so much this year, it would have been cool to head over there for the Midsummer Mass Hangout. That sounded like a fun time. Alas, the United States is too large, and travel is expensive and time-consuming. Ow. Alright, don't hold hot wires because they're hot and it hurts and it burns you. Pro tip. Why won't you melt? I think that's on, maybe? Excellent. I hope that the switch is okay, because I felt like I left the soldering iron on there for a very long time. So let's cross our fingers on that one. Make it where sometime this winter. I'm gonna scroll back up in chats. SCNC. So we're going to be flying to the East Coast in September, but we won't make an SCNC war in September. Maybe October. Fingers crossed. It's still very up in the air right now, but we really want to make it again this year because it's such a good time. It's so much fun. Okay, so now let's get my XT60 connector going. Make this the same length. I don't like, what's that? So I may not have had my wires long enough here for an XT60 connector. I feel like I might want it out a little more, just so it's really easy. Yeah, I'm gonna extend both of these like that much. Dang it. I just cut it, so that's a little annoying. Where'd my handy go? How do I lose in the strip? There it is. For me, the hardest part of modding is finding where I left things on the desk. Not the most organized of people. Oh yeah, Ragnarok is in like a month and a half. I'm so not ready. I am unprepared. Oh my goodness, I need to move things out of the way to keep getting caught on my cord. So if anybody's planning on going to Ragnarok, go ahead and buy your tickets now, because on October 1st, they're going up, and then I think the weekend of the event, they go up again. So the sooner you buy your ticket, the cheaper it's going to be, and also it really, really, really helps us plan better. But it's going to be so much fun. I am super stoked. There's so many people that are going to be there, like, ugh. So, in my opinion, the best thing about Nerf events is just that nobody's weird. Like, if you're taking yourself too seriously, then you're the weird one. If you're just having a good time playing with toys, like, nobody thinks that that's weird, and that's awesome. Like, I don't think I've ever been uncomfortable walking into a Nerf event. Just like, these are my people, you know? Oh yeah, Moxie looks super good. I want to hold it. Please let me hold it. If anyone wants to see Moxie, we posted it on our Facebook page a couple months ago. Is it Ben Teague? Is that? Yeah, Ben Teague made it, and we shared some photos of it. It looks really, really nice. Oh, I keep needing more wire. Good night, Matt. Have a good one. Oh, since I played in the test game for The Stalking Dead that they're going to do at Ragnarok, I have a little bit of advice for anyone who's planning on going and playing. For your loadout and all of your gear, be able to use your hands. Like, if you're comfortable running with something in your hands and a sling, awesome, do that. If you need a holster, get or make a holster. Just be comfortable not having your blaster in your hands if you need to carry something. When I went to the test game, I had just a rough cut, because I'm fast. Like, I had a rough cut and a pocket full of darts, and no gear on. So carrying my rough cut and carrying other things was a little tricky. So that is my suggestion for anyone who's going to be going. Dump pouch and a bow is perfectly reasonable loadout. Yeah, probably. Alright. That is much, much more reasonable reach there. Whew. Alright, I know I'm getting really close to done, but I need a bathroom break, so I will be right back. I'm gonna unclip everything from myself. Alright, be right back. Mission accomplished. Sorry if the mic is loud while I'm touching it. I apologize. Oh. Okay, I'm back. Everything is fine. And I feel better, and we're good. Alright, tinning these two wires, and then I get to have fun struggling with XC60 connectors. Yay! And again, Luke was kind enough to give me a pair, which is nice. And he also, so Michelle taught me this trick of putting them together. Wait, which one was the male side? Crap. Oh, the male side's the longer one. Alright. Michelle taught me the trick of when you're soldering XC60 connectors, put on both ends, because that'll keep you from heating up the inside and having them wobble around and not line up anymore. Apparently that's a problem. And then, what's positive, what's negative? I'll do negative first because it's on a more difficult side to reach. And then Luke taught me this nifty trick. You just set it in there and then just let solder flow into it. Let me move this where you can see a little bit better. You just let solder flow into it and no like heating up and then trying to quickly connect, you know? So that's what we used to do, and it was really, really hard, and I didn't like it at all. Why aren't you flowing like you normally do? Rude. There we go. I forgot to do heat shrink. I really don't want to undo it, so I'm just going to electrical tape that later. That's the plan. But I will remember to heat shrink the other side, because making the same mistake twice is the worst. Let's get that wire out of the way. Stick that in. I was still talking about the Stalking Dead. Yeah, teamwork and sharing ammo is so important. Not just sharing ammo, but like I had some Mega Blasters handed to me because like I couldn't do anything else at the time, and so they're like, here, you take this Mega Blaster and you babysit that special zombie, please. I was like, cool, I got this. But sharing ammo, because not everyone is going to be finding the ammo caches. Your scouts go out, they find the ammo caches, they bring them back, you distribute. So like you have to be really willing to work with your team, which I think is a super, super cool aspect of it. You can't play selfish. I put the heat shrink on this wire, right? Oh, what the heck? I cut the heat shrink and I didn't put it on. See, this is why we check. This is why we question ourselves at every step. Just the team play aspect of the Stalking Dead was so cool. And like, I'm not a huge HVZ fan, if I'm being completely honest. So we decided that I was going to be like a mod referee type thing during the real game. But I was playing the practice game and I'm like, oh, now I'm sad. I made the wrong decision. This is way more fun than regular HVZ. So, I think that everyone who's going is really in for a treat. Alright. Cool. XT60 done. That's finished. So I just have to get the blower wired up, and I think we're good. Just about. Oh, I screwed these in, but I forgot to put the muzzle piece on. Dang it. Sure. That's my tattoo anon. Yep, Michelle said it's confidence and inside of an Enzo, which symbolizes an imperfection. So, just a reminder to myself that, you know, just remind myself constantly that I'm not perfect, but it's okay. Still good. So, John, when we go to an SCNC war, you should see if you can get time off and come up with us, maybe. That'd be fun. Because I miss you. But I'm going to see you this month. It is September now. I'm going to see you. Any idea where Indoor FilmCon 2019 is going to be? Yes, but I don't know if it's public. Alright, so we fixed that silly mistake. Actually, why am I using this? I have an electric one. Turning the correct way and everything. So much faster. Yeah, I think stacking 3 mags is going to be a little too much. But I also just don't like having a lot on me in general, so a little biased. Alright. Are we good? I think. Oh man. I think that everything is right in the world. And oh wait, I still need that on because I still have to do this part. But cool. Where's the lighter so I can just zap these heat shrink bits really quick. I know we keep one on this desk, but there's so much stuff on this desk. Oh yeah, so Michelle's in the chat talking about how it feels awesome to have all those mags on you, and I do agree. I 100% agree that it feels awesome. And sometimes I put on my chest rig and I just walk around the house like being like fake covert ops just because it's silly and fun, and just having all the gear just feels super cool. But actually playing a game, I really don't like wearing any of it. I wear my cycling jersey, it's light, it's breathable, everything. I hold the mags on my back in the pockets, freaking perfect. What brand is this screwdriver? That's a good question. This is a Black & Decker something or other. I can give you the model number. Model number BDC-S30. Yeah, I just know that it's a Black & Decker power driver. But it's really, really handy. And these really skinny bits are great for Nerf. What was I looking for a minute ago? Lighter. I was looking for the lighter, and then I got completely distracted. I think I might have one over here. No? Everything's a lie. Okay, I'll just use the soldering iron. Ugh. So this is probably common-ish knowledge at least, but this part of the soldering iron is hot, but it won't like burn this. I can hold it properly. There we go. I hear Michelle getting up. She's probably looking for a lighter for me because she cares. She's so nice to me. It's the darn thing getting in the way all the time. Oh, I hear footsteps. Oh, goodness gracious. This is not what I asked for.
I don't know what
That's okay.
We brought it back in second.
Yeah, I don't know where it ended up. Heat gun it is. We bought this yesterday, and the first time we used it, it started smoking. So that's fun. Hopefully it's just like a first use kind of thing and not a regular occurrence. Ugh. Yeah, we just bought this yesterday, so is there a toggle for setting? Okay, settings are there. So I want low. I'm scared. I've never used this before. But that the heat shrink was shrinking. And it's on the XT60. Alright, let's put that over there where it can rest safely. Alright. What time is it? It is 4:46. I'm on Pacific time in Reno, Nevada. Okay, am I forgetting anything important? I have the trigger. I have the rev trigger. Flywheels are in. I think we are good. I am not tired. It is 4:45 p.m. A lovely time to be awake. Almost time to start making chili, which is what I will do when I finish with this. Delicious, delicious chili for dinner. Mostly I just want cornbread, but it seems weird to have cornbread just by itself. What is pinching? That's pinching. Alright, clearly something is amiss. I need to cut this lump because it's touching my wires. I followed Out of Darts' tutorial. I should do this on camera. I followed Out of Darts' tutorial for this thing, for when I did all the dremeling and stuff yesterday. But things have changed significantly since then. The fan is now this nice contained printed unit, which is great. So I don't have to cut out this whole back end to put it in. And I don't use those dinky little switches, so I have to make more room up here for like a regular sized, human sized switch. There we go. These flush cutters are insanely handy. They're great. You should totally get a radio setup. Like, it was at Envor, we ran radios with our whole squad, and it made everything so much easier. We could all hear each other over the rest of the people around. We could communicate quietly to just ourselves, and it just feels so cool to like talk like you're on a secret mission. Like it's both efficient and more fun. So, I mean, what could be better? Alright, hopefully I cut enough off. We're good there. We are a little binding up here. Why is that? Shouldn't be. There's nothing in the way. Maybe it's just alignment? Yeah, it's just alignment. Alright. Oh, yep, that'll do it. I have like a whole piece of wire sticking out here. So go to your home. Inside. Oh, that's weird. There we go. Maybe I just needed a second to break in. Very cool. Very, very cool. I should probably test this really quick. Okay, take off this connector. Any moment. Yeah, I forgot a lot of heat shrink in this build. Oops. This is the only like major one that I need to e-tape later. Just XT60s are so frustrating. I'm not about to undo that and go back. There. Oh no. Look what's happened. And of course it's the heat shrink one, not the one I needed to redo. Rude. Alright, let's spread some of the solder out. That is so frustrating. Alright, so new heat shrink for that one. Right as I was talking about how, like, these are super annoying to... Ugh. Alright, thanks for dying, Mr. Handy. I didn't need you or anything. Oh, it's gonna be so much easier to do if I take it apart again. Dang it. At least I didn't screw it together. That would have been a real tragedy. Alright, so heat shrink on, XT60 in Mr. Handy. Maybe we'll do it right this time. Maybe. Oh man, I hear my tummy grumbling. Soon, tummy, soon. We have to finish this. We're so close. Alright, flow. No? Really? Alright, that should be in now. Emphasis on should be, because apparently I can't be trusted to just do it right. Okay, Michelle, the heat gun's handy. How do I chat while soldering? Well, I can't read while I'm soldering, but I can read before and discuss, add to the conversation. I wish I could read while I was doing other things. That would make this so much easier. While Michelle's talking about the truck, oh, I love my truck. I love it so much. One of these days, I want to take it over and show all the Bay Area people, but gas is only going to cost $1 bajillion to do that, so. There's a International Harvester meetup later this month, early next month, something like that. We're gonna see if we can get my truck in a good enough condition to drive over the mountain and participate in the meetup, because that would be really, really cool. Okay. What was I gonna do before I messed up the joint? Oh yeah. I was going to try to test the flywheels, make sure they're going in the right direction. You know what? Living on the edge. Let's do this. It's going the right way. I felt the air come out of the front, so I know it's going the right way. I must Gambler 500. I don't know what that means. Alright, so I still have to do... Oh, geez, I hope this is long enough. I can get a little more out of it. We're so close. I feel like I can... We're close enough I can put this out on the table now. So we learned earlier that I need the positive side on the positive dot and the negative side on the white dot, which is convenient to remember. I'm glad that I tested it earlier. Alright, let's tin this. We're so close, guys. We're so close. And I only spent 2 hours yesterday dremeling. Actually, that doesn't go away yet. Is this going to reach? It may not. I might need to do a tiny extension. Hello, Mustachio Pistachio. I love your name. That is great. So where does this wire come in? These are the questions that I don't know how to answer. This might be something I meant to take apart and then put on. Probably. Ooh, that was a not good sound. Which part though? Alright, has anybody in here done one of these before? Do I take this apart or do I just sort of wiggle it in? So far I'm leaning toward wiggling it in, but you know, that might not be the actual best solution. Also, I don't like whatever song is playing right now. Not a fan of chiptune. Better. Alright, so I am supposed to take it apart. We'll do that. Maybe I will do that, because I don't want to be too gentle, but I want to be gentle enough. Have a good night, Ben. Are you sure that I need to... Seems pretty in there. I think that, if I remember correctly, my HIRicane was purchased via trade. I think we traded, it's a bunch of motors and some drum springs for it. Okay. Oh, that's slidey. Okay. So that was one long tube there. All right. I think that maybe now I can stick that in. Spin this around. Yeah, it's the 3D printed bits feel like super strong. I'm not worried about those at all. It's the tubes that have me thinking, oh no. Actually, no, I want to put this back on because I don't know how I'm going to get it in there otherwise. Because for the actual Zeus, you have to do like a stupid slidey thing. So maybe I have to do a stupid slidey thing to... Yep. It's just the Zeus being a Zeus. That's the thing here. I have it so close. Oh no, my shell has come apart a little bit because I was silly. I should have screwed that together. God dang it. That was dumb. Oh, please don't break. Please just come out. Alright. Well, if it won't go out, I guess we're going in. I'll just have to hold. Oh, I lost my rev trigger. It fell in because I didn't screw it together yet. Alright, that goes there. You slide in there. Now I have to like hold it together while I get this in the rest of the way. Or not. Yeah. That was really dumb of me. Well, at least I can say that this is my first one, and it is a learning process. Oh, there we go. Come out. My goodness. Screwdriver. Snap, snap, snap. Everything is snapped. Yesterday when I did all the dremeling, I put all of the screws in this little baggie. So that was convenient for me. Hello Jordan, welcome to the stream. I'm attempting to build a HIRicane and it is going okay. Mostly. We'll go mostly okay. I hope that the screwdriver isn't too loud. I apologize if it is. It won't be for long. I think in chat they're talking about cars right now. Michelle and I have been working on my oh no! I think I need to take this thing out. I think. Because this... Dang it! Yeah, I need to take that out. Well, poo. I'm glad I didn't screw it all back together, because that would have been annoying. times like these, I'm really happy I have a powered screwdriver. This, to take it apart for this. Oh, I would love to use my truck off-road, but I think that I would actually die. Like, the suspension is awful, so it's just like wah, 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 wah all the time. Like, driving down a perfectly fine, fairly well-kept road, and it's just... I think if I went off-road, I would, like, suffer brain damage from all of the bouncing. Although I do love off-road. I used to go mudding with my dad. He had a Jeep, and so we'd go out with some of his friends. It was a really, really good time. Those are good memories. Alright, now that that's out, we get to put the screws in again! That's fun. I think that this is the least enjoyable part of modding. I hope the Eclipse works out for you, Jordan. It's a real pain to install, but the results are pretty good once you get it figured out. So lining it up is just crazy. Almost there. Yay, too many screws. Alright. Oh wait, did I hear? I think I have some chunks of cut plastic rattling around in there. That's fun. Fun stuff. Alright. I almost got this last time. Come on, you're so close, buddy. I'm so close. Oh, So I don't know why this was surprising. It's almost as difficult as just reloading the Zeus normally. With the stupid crooked thing that it does. Maybe I should sand down this print just a tiny bit, because it's so close. It really is. Alright, come on, buddy. Ugh. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand down this edge with a file that is definitely on this table. Here it is. So I'm realizing now that I might have been better prepared if I had watched the entirety of Out of Darts' tutorial today. I did the dremeling yesterday, and today I watched the electric stuff and made my little note. Oh, so your friend with the HIRicane couldn't even get his in all the way? I hope I don't have to do that, because, like, I see that it's supposed to line up. It's just a matter of getting it in there. I'm hoping that just filing this a little bit is going to let it slide right in. That's the goal. This is definitely supposed to go in all the way, because you can see the two notches here for where it's supposed to hook in. All right. Oh. Oh, there's no way it's gonna slide right in, but I will get it. I'm not gonna give up. Alright, it's going less than before. Because of course it is. Oh, there we go. That's all the way forward. And alright, I got it halfway. I think I just need to, oh, it fell, whatever. I'm bending the table a little bit because it's flimsy. Come on. Alright, well, is this more than your friend has it? Because it's more than I was able to get it so far. Nope, no real purpose for this. I've had it sitting around and I've been meaning to do it, but just haven't. So I'm probably mostly going to use it for like Nobicon games. I really want to go to an E-Band war at some point. I don't know why timing is never lined up. Yeah, legs of table are probably a better idea, but there's just so much stuff that it's difficult. You know what? We're gonna go to the floor. I'll be right back. Ugh. Come on. Heck yeah. I did it. That is in. Whew. So I guess the print is just a wee bit tight, but I got it in. Oh goodness gracious, that was something. Now I have to get these wires up through this little hole here. This one, where's the other one? Alright, I see it inside. I just can't get it without... There we go. Needle nose. Come on. Come on, little fella. That's not long enough. Dang it. I knew it would be a problem, but I just hoped. I hoped that it would go away. Yeah, that wire's not. Dang it. It needs like a ½ inch. So to see what I'm talking about, so the wires come up through here and they're going to go onto this motor that plops in there, and the black one's just, it's too short. So I need to extend that. Ah, I was so close to. I think the red one is probably okay though. Alright. Let's get out some more wire. Whoa. Now my strippers are gone. Here they are. I was so close. I had just hoped that it wouldn't be a problem. I should have known better. So now I have to solder in like a difficult, tight location. And I have no one to blame but myself. The question is, can I do this without hurting this 3D print? This wire is really hot. I don't want to use the heat gun here because it's right next to this 3D printed part. So I'm just going to do the soldering iron trick of just sort of rolling the end on it. It is rarely a good idea to apply heat to prints. Get up in there. Go to your home. Come on. Alright, let's move that out of the way. I have this lined up right. It's got to go back a little. So close. Oh, Lilith, you're gonna do your first mod? That's exciting! I feel like the first one is always gonna be the one that you're gonna be like most proud of. Yeah, but whenever you get to working on it, like Red Roy's saying, like, remember that you're learning and it's not just going to happen magically. Like, if you've been in this stream for any length of time, you would know that I have made a ton of mistakes today. So I don't think you can't put, well, it was such a pain in the butt to get in that I'm not going to take it out to try. Probably not this specific kit anyway, but the Luke and Tarek are working on the Juno stock, which is basically the same idea as the HIRicane, like with the tubes going back and forth, but as a stock for the Jupiter. And I think that's super duper cool, but I am holding out for the proton pack 100%. I don't know if Michelle's still paying attention or not. We shall see, I guess. But yeah, I think I would rather hook up a proton pack than bother with... how do I want to do this? Because it's a little weird here. This is like a balancing act right here. We'll see how this goes. Oh, did I get it? I think I might have. Oh, friends, we're doing so well. Oh no, we're not doing so well. I have it touching the can. Dang it! We were so close! It's very hard to see. This is like a weirdly tight space. Did I get it? No, I didn't. Alright, I gotta put a little more solder on the motor tab because I think I ran it all off. We'll get it. We'll get there. If I quit moving things around, we'll get there. Come on. Do you love me? Oh, you do. Yay. Are we touching the can? I don't think so. That's exciting. I mean, the concept behind like a Juno stock and like the concept behind the HIRicane, I mean, it's not that hard, you know. It's a fan blowing balls through tubes, but then actually making it work, especially to make it work so that he's able to sell like a mass production version of this mod. It's crazy. Oh, I should be putting my Mr. Handy on the wire that I'm trying to solder. That would be good. Come on. Be friends. Oh, nope, didn't do it. Thought I did it. Hey, did it that time. Alright. I would like to double check that everything is working properly. Actually, I may as well slide this in. Alright, so flywheel's off. What? Yeah, okay, cool. Did I do it backwards? Flyveil's on. Woohoo! Favorite blaster is just from aesthetics? I really, really like... I forgot what it's called. It's the Boomco Halo Shotgun Blaster. I think that's my favorite in terms of just looks alone. I can't believe I don't remember the name of it. It's like Blaze of Glory, maybe? Is that what it is? Something like that. Alright, so Flyveil's off. I think that it's gonna work. Woo, 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 woo. Michelle, are you still on the stream? If you are, I would like to request a bag full of rival rounds. I hope that you're still paying attention, so I don't have to get up. Oh, I think we've done it. Thank you, magic floating bag. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. This is like... This is a real thing now. That I did. Oh man. I'm gonna try not to put the fan so close to the microphone anymore. I apologize that I probably just blew out some ears there. Oh. I forgot that I have to put this closed to get maximum airflow for the reloading. This probably gets easier with practice. I don't do a lot of painting, mostly just because it's time consuming and we're pretty busy a lot of the time. Oh, I can cover with my hand too? Smart. But, I mean, it's definitely a possibility if I start running this a lot. This is so cool. Almost full. That, my friends, I mean, this battery is too large, doesn't actually fit, but this is a HIRicane. Ah! Alright, I'm gonna give everybody a second to turn their volume down a little bit, because this is probably gonna be loud. I'm just gonna shoot the whole thing off into the corner. Actually, I'm gonna turn... So I don't want to shoot in this room. I'll break things. This is like the packing room where we have all of our inventory and stuff. So excuse the little bit of a mess. We're going to point the camera towards the doorway. And I'm going to shoot over there. So I'm going to give you a second to turn the volume down because this is going to be very, very loud in a moment. So 3, 2, 1... This is so cool. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, and I really like, so I found the, what are these called? Safeties on rival lots just to be really silly, but on flywheels it actually makes sense. Oh, this is so cool. I did it. So I'm a little sorry for people who had their volume up, but only a little, because I warned you. I did. You had fair warning. That was really, really cool. I am super stoked to use this in a war. Not this month, because I just have BTA this month. But after that for sure, it'll be really good. Oh, but for now, I think I'm gonna have to sign off because it's been a while, and I'm hungry. My stomach was growling earlier. I'm gonna make some chili. I'm gonna make some cornbread, and I'm gonna enjoy it a lot. And then I'm gonna shoot this thing some more because it's fun. But I really appreciate all you guys joining me. It was great. You were great. Thanks for hanging out. Bye!